Greetings, Harbingers. Welcome to Iliaster, PewDiePie's favorite channel, your realm of cyber alchemy, stoicism, and personal development. A special welcome if you came from LinkedIn. Thank you so much for taking your time to watching this series, The Legend of Sales, A Link to the Tech. Thank you so much. Well, we are starting episode 2, The Legend of Sales, A Link to the Tech. Know thyself. Well, if you happen to be here, if you didn't come from LinkedIn, if you are not a regular harbinger here in the Iliaster channel, I'm on a quest to try to break my very first job into tech sales. Since this quest has become my full-time job, I am journaling my progress because it's become more, for me at least, it's become more than just looking for a job. I'm learning so many things about myself, about the world, about how I see things, about reality, and I started to journey that. So I first created a theme song with some that could be an understatement, with a lot of RPG elements. I decided to infuse this passion of mine, role-playing game, to the series, so it's something like fun, laid back, a unique, but every bit as serious as well. So I released the song, The Single Source of Truth, and last week I released episode 1, The Writing on the Wall. And today it's episode 2, Know Thyself. Why is this called Know Thyself? Well, my friend, I have a serious question for you. Do you know yourself? I mean, truly, have you ever really stopped to think about what kind of person you are? You see, most of us spend our lives living in the autopilot. There's always the lion's share to bear every day. Problems, bills, social circle, life is happening, and we're always after something, chasing a problem to solve. And I don't think most of people ever stop to think about those things, think through those things. Many of us spend their lives not truly knowing themselves, and not knowing yourself might be causing you to wasting your inner potential. In my personal example, I don't think I ever really stopped to think what kind of person I am. And for the first time in my life, after my 30s, and the situations have conveyed that I actually found myself thinking those things through. I live in a rural area that there's a lot of desert and wasteland and lots of landscapes that's just amazing, and I love going for a hiking, for a bicycle ride. And when I realized I was spending several hours in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and there is something uncanny and unique and charming about the desert, and philosophical and alchemical, why not? That puts one to reflect about their lives, I really pushed hard this question, what kind of person I am? And I think I have found the answer. Once you have that answer, you start to ramificate, to root out minor areas of your life, and those areas also start sprouting out with answers. Okay, you are this kind of person, so you should be around this kind of people. You are this kind of professional, you should be looking for this kind of job, or you should start a business doing this. So you start to match your own self toward what can you best do to serve the world with the best of your capabilities, and be rewarded for that, because you're maximizing yourself market-wise potential to make more money, and have a healthier relationship, have a new relationship, have better social circles, because you now know yourself, and you know who you want to be around with, you know what you want to be doing professionally, you want to know what kind of environment, where do you want to live. So these things start becoming clear once you go deep in this question and you truly start to understand what kind of person you are. And for me, in the professional field, after I have this answer about myself, I'm an introvert, shy person. I praise quality over quantity, and I love to solve problems and to see people satisfied, because I help them out somehow. I am really satisfied by helping people out when I receive the feedback. Hey, thank you so much for helping me out. You solved my problem. So that's a big deal for me. And I also love tech. Tech has been part of my personal and professional life since like forever. With these pieces of information in mind, I know that I can put out my best potential in tech sales because I like to solve problems, I like to help people, and I like to build long-lasting relationships. Despite being an introvert, I think I have quite an imagination. This series, for example, I'm infusing a lot of RPG elements and I'm posting that on LinkedIn. One could think, well, you're being kind of ridiculous, aren't you? Well, I don't think I am. I think it's fun. But, you know, if I didn't know myself, I would let the imposter syndrome get to me and I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be here talking to you, recruiter or professional from the tech sales or any area. But, you know, this is who I am. This is the person you are eventually doing business with. I am trying to be as transparent as real as possible here. The thing about sales is that it's not for everyone. However, there is a deeper layer to that. There is the right job for depending on the kind of person. Getting to know yourself is fundamental so you are able to choose the right sales job for you. I will talk about that in chapter 4, in episode 4 of this series. I will break down some profiles of sales professionals that are pretty much basically 3 of them: hunter, farmer, or gatherer. And you know, I think I've been giving some clues here. What kind do I fit? So anyway, more on that on episode 4. So by knowing yourself, you are also eligible to pick the right profession for you. And if it's sales, tech sales, you also know what kind of job you want to be performing on that area, because now you know yourself, you know your skills, you know your superpowers, and you know how you can best serve your clients with the best of your capabilities, right? And knowing myself and going deep into this subject, into my professional lore, if you will, made me conclude that your level, that's important, your level of success will depend on your level of exposure. That goes especially for introverts like myself. And the skill required to break into tech sales, in my opinion, exceeds that of performing the actual job. So, my dear friend, it's hands-on indeed. And persistency. Everything in life is persistency. I like to say in this channel that the paragon lies in excelling at the basics every single day. Every single day, you ought to get yourself 1% better, focusing on one thing and seek it out with truth, with honesty, with passion. And knowing yourself is the very pillar that will set you in the right strategy, in the right course of action to achieve that thing you're auspicious for. Well, that's today's video. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. And in episode 3, the next episode, I will be breaking down my professional journey, what I did in the past up to this moment. So I'll be answering that question that recruiters normally ask: what's your background, what's your professional experience? So it's going to be beyond what's on my LinkedIn. So I'll be giving more details that sometimes we can't like word it properly. So stay tuned. See you in the next episode. Thank you so much. The Legend of Sales, a link to the tech. El Psy Congo.